What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement 6. Before we start, of course, a huge thank you to everybody who subbed, especially everybody who stuck around in the last weeks or so that I haven't been uploading. And of course, all the best for 2022. Wishing you all great gaming experience, a lot of health, a lot of luck, success. Hope it's going to be an awesome year and better than 2021, of course. Now, before we start the video, I just wanted to say I just wanted to apologize for not uploading a lot lately. The reason is quite simple, straightforward. The entire family has been hit by COVID pretty hard. My daughter brought it from school, and although she had extremely mild symptoms, me and my wife just we were hit pretty hard. So I didn't have the energy. I was struggling a bit. I'm still recovering. I'm still not 100%. So that's the reason. And I'm back again. So I wanted to enter with a bang with this video on modern day first person shooters, AAA gaming, versus a game that I came to enjoy during my quarantine and me being ill and feeling sorry for myself. So without any further ado, and before you hit that button, subscribe button, and notifications button, let's get into the video. You know, first person shooters from the AAA game studios are in the worst place ever. They are in the worst place ever. And the reason is that they were already on a collision course for years. The steady decline in quality, the steady decline in finished games, they're practically unfinished paid betas that you're fucking playing. It's now caused the reviews to not only tank, but eventually also the sales to tank heavily. This is the first time in years that I hardly see anything passing by on Battlefield 2042. I see hardly anything passing by on Call of Duty in general. Streamers are abandoning the games right now as we speak, moving to games like Apex Legends, for example, which they should, because I think in the Battle Royale genre, there is only one game right now standing on top of the hill, and that's Apex Legends. I suck at the game, but the game is good. The game is extremely good. So, and if we're looking at what both games have in common, and although Battlefield 2042 is not sharing the annual release cycle, what we do see is that the focus is on cash grabbing and milking your whole wallet dry from the last drop of dollars, monetizing everything, and incorporating some weird messaging, woke, diverse, inclusive messaging, which is nothing more than a racist messaging because it tries to focus on things that are not there. And focusing on color of skin has never been my thing, but it's been predominantly pushed by people who have increasingly subjective issues with objective standards. If you want to make a game from Call of Duty for World War II, then you should incorporate the World War II history, and which is not. It's Call of Duty Vanguard is not a World War II game. It is not. Absolutely not. The single player is a horseshit, inclusive, diversive messaging dumpster. It's just the biggest dumps they made on the 60 million people that lost their lives in the Second World War. It ignores everything the Second World War was and what the messaging was. It's got nothing right from that perspective. I hate to break it to you, but there were no women in the front line. Only in Russia. A few snipers. There were snipers. But okay, enough with history. I'm not going to dive into the history for you guys. But if we're looking at terms of quality, it's just a paid beta. It's glitchy, it's buggy, it's unfinished. Zombie is just a dumpster of a game. It's lazy. The single player game, why incorporate that anyway anymore? And the multiplayer is just an unfinished bullshit game that is full of skill based matchmaking, monetization, and full of bugs and glitches. So that's it. And I think that Battlefield 2042 is not a World War II, of course, but it's got the same underlying issues. AAA gaming first person shooters are in the worst place ever. Big streamers are abandoning it. I'm seeing hardly anything passing by from any meaningless content on Call of Duty and Battlefield. You know, they all have the same underlying tone. It's bullshit game, horseshit, why play it? And there are solutions to it, but that's not the video here I want to make about it. What I do want to make is that there is hope on the horizon. Because in the last few weeks that I've been in quarantine and that I've been, well, just spending my time feeling sorry for myself with COVID, I just found Hell Let Loose. I already found it on PC, but never had the time and the space to dig into it. And in comes Hell Let Loose, an immersive, grabbing you by the balls, hyper realistic,
Got him, got him, got him.
unforgiven game. And I think this is something the first person shooter genre needed. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a Call of Duty, it's not a Battlefield 2042. Although, maybe in terms of map sizes, it's got something with from Battlefield 2042. But from a close quarter combat, if you already run into that in Hell Let Loose, it's you can't compare it with Call of Duty. If you're a Call of Duty player, if you're a Battlefield 2042 player, abandon everything you know from first-person shooters. Just abandon it. It's not applicable here. Absolutely not. But what it does right is it gives you a game that you want to sink your teeth in. It gives you a game where people are communicating with each other.
Safe boys, I appreciate everybody that's talking with a mic. I appreciate you.
That's how this game should be
Listen,
played,
Oliver,
bro.
I appreciate you talking with Mike.
My guy, my guy.
We have no
Yeah,
time.
down the road, down the road. Red ping, red ping.
I'm kind of.
Other. You have interaction. It brings something fresh and something new to the table. Because everybody say, yeah, World War II is too boring in terms of guns, in terms of, modern times, warfare in these times have more technology to push to you to make it interesting, to make it fun, in terms of kill streaks or abilities or night visions, or goggles, whatever. 20, Hell Let Loose proves you all wrong. It shows that when you're bringing a game that focuses on communication, strategy, tactics, but also gives you that raw sense of feeling of real warfare, what it was like, then people will come back to it. One game can easily cost you half an hour, 40 minutes. Easy. You need to communicate. You got a command structure. You got artillery. You got infantry. You got supporters, snipers, engineers. Everybody plays his roles. You need to communicate. And the environments are hyper realistic. Battle of the Bulge, Ardennes, Foy, Marie Saint Église, D Day, landing, Normandy. I was completely blown away. And the footage you're seeing right now is from the early days I just started. And you see me running around like a noob.
This is my third match, so if I'm running around like a noob, strongly apologize.
Yeah, I haven't played this game much either, so.
Uh-oh, here we go then.
Trying to get rid of all the things I knew from the last 15 to 20 years of shooters and trying to find my way. But the best thing is, and that is another plus for this game, the community is so freaking fantastic. And that's something we need to cherish in that environment. Because as soon as you jump in that game, go on comms, say, listen, I'm new to this game. I'm so overwhelmed. You need to help me. People will help you. People say, follow me. I will help you. It's a very difficult game. It is a difficult game, guys, to master. But once you get the hang of it, and once you see that spark on what make Hell Let Loose, there is no reason to return to Battlefield 2042. There is no reason to go back to Call of Duty. Absolutely no reason. It's not a AAA studio. It's a small studio, and they made something with love, dedication, and a respect for history. And it shows. It completely shows. And that is the problem with modern day first person shooters in the AAA genre. They're not making it for the love of gaming. They're not making it for the love of your experience. They're making it for the love of money. And when money is the goal, quality, immersiveness, support, and love are suffering massively. You see that with Call of Duty, annual release cycle, Warzone, it's just an utter freaking mess. And Battlefield 2042 is the same thing. It's got the woke, diversive, inclusive messaging. Quality is suffering. Nobody's focusing on output anymore. You're practically more or less a paid beta tester right now for both games. And it's a complete and utter mess. Hell Let Loose shows that there is hope on the horizon. Hell Let Loose is a game you will see yourself dying over and over and over again before you master it. And when you get that first kill, do you actually get excited when you get a kill, either in Battlefield 2042 or in Call of Duty?
Another strafing run. Should all stop them. Oh, just got 11 of them.
No. When you get one in Hell Let Loose, you finally start to see, whoa, I can do this. I can freaking do this. And then you begin to understand what you need to do. You need to act like a soldier. You need to communicate like a soldier. And that can and if you're in a squad, and if you're in a group, or if you're in a lobby or a server, that everybody is on comms, everybody plays his roles, then Hell Let Loose shines. Then Hell Let Loose absolutely shines. I still suck at the game because it's got such a steep learning curve, but it makes it so freaking fun to just sink your teeth for about hour and a half, 2 hours in there, and do and just running around in these battlefields. It's just wow. It's an homage, and yes, you play as Americans or you play as Germans. You can even play as Germans, and you are a German. You are a Nazi. Is it fun? No, of course not. But it respects the history. It respects the history, the Tiger tanks, the Sherman tanks, how strafe run works, how the Lancasters fly over, and if you see that bombing run coming in, you you get scared. You get freaking scared. You know, a kill streak in Call of Duty is annoying sometimes, right? Here it is scary, freaking scary. Calling in artillery on your grid map is just that. Being a spotter in Hell Let Loose, communicating back to the command structure, making sure that you drive the artillery in the right direction. It's got that sense of hyper realistic first person shooter gaming that also respects history. Because if you're not really acquainted with World War II and you play Hell Let Loose, you get curious. You type in Foy in Google and you start reading about it. You start to learn about D Day and how that worked. It's fantastic, guys. And this is, I think that if Activision and DICE want to play that role, keep playing that role as a first person shooter, don't copy Hell Let Loose because it is something on its own league, but learn from what makes that game good in terms of dedication, love for the gaming, and for the experience. And that is the biggest problem with first person shoot AAA gaming. So, guys, looking forward to your responses. I know you need a PC, you need a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X to run Hell Let Loose. But I'm looking forward to what you think, guys. What is your experience with Call of Duty Vanguard right now, Battlefield 2042, that matter? And have you already checked out any footage or played Hell Let Loose? I'm looking forward to your responses. Again, thank you for sticking around. Apologies for not uploading. That will get better in the weeks to come. Looking forward to this new year, new content, and see you all in the battlefield.